Church. We know some of you are moving, we know some of you are interested in moving, and we want you to know we put a special package together just for you. What I want you to do is go to revivaltoday.com/moving. Fill out that form, and then once we get that form, we'll send you a special package that's full of resources to help you get to know Pittsburgh. We're so excited. We know you are so excited, and we can't wait to see you at Revival Today Church.
Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as Adalis and I are here to announce our next big move, biggest move we've ever made for Revival Today. Behind me is a building that will look nothing like it looks right now when we finish. We're on just under 5 acres of property that we've just finished purchasing, which is going to give us the ability to have a state-of-the-art studio. And in that studio, something I've wanted to have for a long time, which is a live studio audience. It's going to be a 500-seat building when we finish with it that'll give us the ability to touch the world with our broadcasts. This facility is going to give me the ability to do what I've really missed, which is having you in the audience to minister to personally. Obviously, you can't beat the reach of digital media. We touch the whole world every day, but we have the ability now with this to lay hands on people, pray for people that are sick, a place where you can bring people that are drug addicted, demonized, and really give them the ministry that you can't get on YouTube and Facebook. I can't wait. And then beyond that, we're going to announce the launch of Revival Today Church. We're going to hold Holy Ghost church services every Sunday morning. I'll be there most Sunday mornings. This isn't going to be like some little side project. We're going to give you and your family a place you can go that's a soul-winning church that values the presence of God, where you can get prayed for and ministered to, where there's not a critical race theory lecture or a masks and social distancing 10 minutes of no talking to anybody in the lobby. None of that. We're going to have a place where you're free and where you're free to experience the presence of God.
I'm incredibly excited because I know a lot of you have been asking about different meetings and events that we couldn't have during COVID, and trust me, we tried so hard. So this really frees us up to do everything that we want to do with healing meetings and women's conferences. So I am so looking forward to seeing you and having you be a part of this.
So I want to give you a twofold call to action. Number one, if your church turned in to a liberal nightmare in 2020 and you need a place to go, I would be happy to have you at our church. Number two, if you are a partner or a friend of our ministry, Revival Today, this is the biggest move by far we've ever made. By the time we finish remodeling that building, the acquiring of the property, you're looking at a couple of M's. So if you would stand with us now, I'll say thank you ahead of time. Pray and ask the Holy Ghost what He would have you to do. You've been so generous, and I thank you ahead of time for your extreme generosity. I know I speak on behalf of my wife, everybody here at Revival Today, when I say we love you very much. And now I can say I look forward to seeing you face to face here at the new home of Revival Today.
Hey.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Check the Market. Joshua has got a new watch list, Palantir, Tesla, MLCO, JBT. Good morning, Elizabeth, Ninja Buddha, Lyric. What's going on, everybody? What a day yesterday in the markets. What a roller coaster. Lots of action, absolutely. Wilson, nice HP, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm not sure if that was sarcastic. Most people who say nice HP are usually sarcastic. Especially when it comes to Nick. David, I'm just kidding, Nick. David, good morning. Not sarcasm. Well, thank you. I appreciate that then. I do like my HP. We had some crazy action in the markets yesterday. Today, futures are pointing up. Looks about 0.5% on the S&P and the Dow, and 1/3% on the NASDAQ for the futures. So it looks like we might have a little bit of an up day, but who knows what's going to happen by the end of the day. At some point yesterday, we were down about 900 points. And it was pretty crazy yesterday. But the market closed just about 600 and something points down on the Dow, so not too bad. Revival Day runs on Duncan, yes. Good morning from Houston, Texas. Sandra, good morning. Welcome to Check the Market. I appreciate that, Rosie. Yeah, you never want to get too worked up about the markets. There's always opportunities. You can either, if something goes down, if a stock that you own goes down. Now, if you own the stock and you don't actually, believe long-term in the company, I wouldn't have bought it in your long-term portfolio anyway. But if you do believe in that company and think that it's going to, come back, you can always just buy more when it dips like that and dollar cost average down. David bought some SPY, that's good. That might have been, that was a good play. Joshua is still bullish on Ethereum. Let's take a look at crypto. Looks like Bitcoin is still down about 43,000. Ethereum's down to 3,000. $3,021, that is. Cardano 218, Tether, XRP 94. XRP dropped last night. Let's see what the low was on that. About 80 cents. So if you bought that dip, 87 cents. That was a good dip to buy there for XRP, if you're in that one. But I'm still bullish on Thank you. Markets are open. Dow's up, S&P's up, NASDAQ's up. Looks like investors are buying the dip from yesterday. Opinions of Card Wallet. I haven't heard about Card Wallet. SafeMoon I would stay away from. SafeMoon is one of those coins that were pushed. I don't know how they got Dave Portnoy to get into that. Yeah, I guess, for the right price. Good morning, Scott. Welcome to Check the Market, everybody. Make sure you share the broadcast. El Salvador plunges steeper into Bitcoin. They bought the dip. And Miami is getting into cryptocurrencies. I found an interesting article about Miami that I'll share with you. And let's get into it this morning. Let's go ahead and, there we go. El Salvador buys more Bitcoin. The country now holds 700 Bitcoin. See the article? El Salvador, the country that made Bitcoin legal tender alongside the US dollar, has purchased more Bitcoin. The Salvadoran government now holds 700, according to President Nayib Bukele. El Salvador's president announced early Monday morning that his government has purchased 150 more Bitcoins. The country's Bitcoin law went into effect September 7th, making the cryptocurrency legal tender alongside the US dollar. We just bought the dip, 150 new coins. El Salvador now holds 700 coins. Good afternoon, Mario from Switzerland. Miami getting into crypto for easier payoff for illegal activities. Yeah, that could be. Dividend stocks, RCI, IEP. IEP I have looked into. That sounds familiar. Let me take a quick look at IEP. I might have actually owned that at some point. Yeah, I have owned this in the past. That is a pretty serious dividend yield on that one. RCII. Rent-A-Center. Okay. The buy now, pay later is really took off during the whole lockdown and pandemic thing last year. And it looks like it's still continuing to grow. So Rent-A-Center, that might be a pretty good play. I know that there's the Swedish company Klarna is going public at some point soon. So they're getting in with PayPal and a whole bunch of other companies in that buy now, pay later stuff. Good morning, Charles. Mike. Doug, good morning. Awesome. So El Salvador buys the dip, bought some more Bitcoin, they now hold 700. Continue. They can never beat you if you buy the dips. Presidential advisory further road. That's pretty good. They can never beat you if you buy the dips. That's right. The price of Bitcoin was hovering around 45K when he made the announcement. It has since dropped to 43,326. Now it's almost at 43 even. El Salvador started buying Bitcoin on September 6th, ahead of the Bitcoin law taking effect on September 7th. Bukele announced that his country had bought a total of 550 Bitcoins. According to cryptocurrency ATM tracking website, El Salvador now has 205 crypto ATM locations, making it the country with the third highest number of crypto ATMs behind only the US and Canada. However, there are reports that the Salvadoran Court of Accounts is planning to investigate the government's Bitcoin ATM purchases and Chivo kiosk construction. Good morning, Naveed. Welcome to Check the Market, where we check the market. Let's see the next article. Miami-specific crypto could revolutionize the way governments are funded. The Miami mayor notes Miami Coin, so there is a crypto called Miami Coin that has generated about $5 million for the city in 30 days. Let's see it. Miami Mayor Francis Suarez discussed Miami Coin, a city-specific cryptocurrency, on Mornings with Maria on Monday, arguing that the model could revolutionize the way governments are funded in the future. Suarez, who has dubbed Miami the crypto capital of the world, told host Maria Bartiromo that Miami Coin generated more than $5 million for the city in the last 30 days. Last week, Miami's commission voted in favor of accessing about $5 million worth of Miami Coin. For every Miami coin that people mine or create using a base cryptocurrency called Stacks, which has its own token, Miami gets funding that elected leaders can use to improve the quality of life for city residents. It's pretty great idea. Continue. The City of Miami decision to accept the gift contributions generated by the Miami City Coins protocol, currently valued at $4.3 million, represents a major milestone in Miami's quest to become a crypto innovation hub. Miami Mayor Suarez wrote in a tweet last Monday, "Funds that will directly impact the lives of all our residents." Speaking on Mornings with Maria on Monday, Suarez elaborated, explaining that every time Miami coin is exchanged between one person and another, the protocol requires 30% of the reward for that mining transaction to go directly to the city. It's generating $2,000 every 10 minutes and over $5 million last 30 days. So it's on pace to raise about $60 million, he continued, noting it's not an involuntary tax and it's not philanthropy. It's something that's completely different and could revolutionize the way governments are funded in the future. So this is very interesting what Miami's doing here. Continue. It is theoretically possible that the city of Miami through Miami Coin could generate enough taxes so that our residents don't have to pay 1 cent in taxes. That would be revolutionary. Miami Coin is the first city coin which is city-based token with plans to expand to other cities besides Miami. The cryptocurrency is completely community-sourced and community-driven. As Suarez has indicated on Monday, about $2,000 worth of stacks is transferred into the city's cryptocurrency wallet every 10 minutes, with an average of 35 miners competing to create Miami Coin within the same period of time. Funds from those newly minted Miami Coin goes to the city itself. Patrick Stanley, the community lead of City Coins, told Fox Business. In other words, the city has earned nearly $5 million just stemming from people creating the cryptocurrency. David just sold SPY. Let's see where the markets are at here real quick. Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Must have been a nice little profit there. Awesome. I think that Amazon, Target, and Walmart, they might be using it sooner or later, either through, partnerships with Visa and MasterCard, where you can use your Bitcoin, pay in US dollars, but it'll take Bitcoin out of your account or something like that. Or they might start accepting it. But I think what they're doing is they're waiting for regulation to come down the pipeline. See what happens there. What do you think will drive Bitcoin to 100,000? I think clear guidance from the government, and that there's going to be some sort of assurance that there won't be a broader crackdown, something like that. I think that's what's going to drive it to 100,000. Or people getting out of the stock market and into the crypto market. That might be it too. If there's no more gains to be made in the market this year, if it's just going to be flat or slightly down. Good morning, Patrick from Maryland. Awesome. So Miami got its Miami coin. It's making money with it. So I thought it was interesting, especially the part where it says it's theoretically possible that the city of Miami, through Miami Coin, could generate enough taxes so that our residents don't have to pay 1 cent in taxes. Interesting. Continue. Chipotle gives smoked brisket a limited menu run. I'm going to be interested to try this. Let's see it. In a world where fast food chains are embracing meat alternatives on the menu, Chipotle has opted for the real thing. Good job, Chipotle. In a long-awaited update, smoked brisket will join chicken, shredded beef, pork, and the vegan sofritas on the Chipotle menu. The new protein is set to hit restaurant locations in both the US and Canada beginning on Thursday, September 23rd, and will be available on third-party delivery apps on September 27th. But for Chipotle Reward members, the new option is available exclusively on this Chipotle app and Chipotle.com beginning on Tuesday, September 21st, which is today, in keeping with the restaurant industry's shift to digital to boost loyalty. Customers might want to check it out soon though. The new protein will only be available for a limited time. I'm interested in trying this. Continue. Good morning from Coachella, California. Welcome to Check the Market, Nicholas. The Mexican-inspired brisket is smoked, charred on the grill, then seasoned with spices, including fire-roasted jalapenos and chipotle jalapenos and chipotle chili peppers. The California-based company unveiled the brisket option after beginning to test it during the fall of 2020 in a test run in Cincinnati and Sacramento that allowed time to test and learn from customer feedback and iterate before deciding on a national launch strategy. This isn't your standard brisket experience. We've created a differentiated smoked brisket recipe that is authentic to our menu and pairs flawlessly with our real ingredients. Good job, Chipotle. I'm gonna have to check the app this afternoon for lunch. I might have brought this up because I didn't have breakfast this morning. Look at that. No, I don't think so. Not Chipotle. If it was Taco Bell, then yes, possibly. Randy's getting hungry. I am too. Continue. Heat is on the SEC now that Fox Business and New York Post are exposing XRP case. Could be settled soon. I think it will be settled soon. Especially since they came out and said that Ripple came out and said that they are not settling. So I'm pretty sure that'll be settled soon. XRP to the moon. This week's sell-off brought to you by the letter C. Let's take a look. What are they talking about? An ugly start to September, an even uglier start to this week's trading session can be defined using two alliterative words that often unsettle investors: correction and contagion. Uh-oh. The first word relates to stocks as bulls As bulls are wont to remind us, usually go up. That has mostly been the case this year until Monday, that is, when Wall Street suffered its worst session in 4 months. The liquidity crisis sparked by Chinese property developer Evergrande has emboldened some analysts who think the market is long overdue for a correction, typically defined as a downturn of at least 5 to 10%. Continue. While the Evergrande situation, I'm sorry about that, Mike. That happens to me too all the time. While the Evergrande situation is front and center, the reality is stock market valuations are overstretched and the market has enjoyed too long of a break from volatility, and Monday's stock market declines are not surprising, said David Banson from the Banson Group. With over $3 billion in assets under management, it remains to be seen whether a correction is in the offering. Still, the word contagion bubbled up more than once on Monday, as Yahoo Finance Brian Sozzi explained. Ironically enough, the two themes are connected by a third that also starts with a C, namely, you guessed it, China. China, China, China.
China, 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 China.
Thank you, gentlemen. Do I have any books you suggest for investments? Stock, foreign currency, crypto. I have a whole collection of the 4 dummy books. And they're actually pretty good at explaining a lot of those things, especially for currency trading, technical trading. Those are some of the ones that I own. I just ordered a whole bunch that I'm gonna read, and then if they're any good, I might offer them on here. But I'll keep you posted. Mostly what I do is I just use Investopedia and even TD Ameritrade. I went through their learning how to trade. They've got like a very good educational center. So Evergrande may or may not be the trigger event the bears have been waiting for, but it has amplified pervasive market jitters about the direction of the Chinese economy and Beijing's policy orientation. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Evergrande is a Chinese, what do you call it, like a real estate construction firm that's over $300 billion in debt. And they're in serious financial trouble. They might not be able to make their payments. And so this is causing a lot of jitters in the Chinese market, especially in the real estate sector. And it might have ripples that could affect the US or even Europe. Continue. China has spent the better part of the summer throwing its weight around in various sectors of the economy, a stark reminder about its unapologetically authoritarian bent. And in the market with a short memory, Evergrande also reminds us that China is littered with economic landmines that have the potential to ricochet across the global economy. The problems have been there for so long that most people watching the Chinese economy have just started ignoring them. The major issue here is, can the government contain the problems within the property sector? Evergrande has over $300 billion in liabilities, but only $15 billion in cash on hand, raising worries that it can't make good on an $84 billion of interest due next week, according to a report in Bloomberg. So this is the new Lehman Brothers. Wall Street, erstwhile investment titan, has become synonymous with systemic risk. Thank you so much. Continue. Perhaps, but indications suggest we're not here yet. Safe havens like gold, US Treasury debt, and US dollar are well bid, but far from levels that would be associated with nervous investors seeking shelter from squalls buffeting world markets. Although the impact for Evergrande's liquidity crisis is enormous, the good news is the fallout hasn't started to spill over to other markets. Short-term funding. Markets are acting just fine in China thus far. Remember, it was the money markets in the US that first started to show cracks in the system in early 2008, well before the wheels fell off. So to summarize, correction, perhaps. Continue. And we can go to the next one. McDonald's gives, sorry about that, Mike. McDonald's gives Happy Meal toys a sustainable makeover, cuts plastic use, and climate push. So McDonald's is virtue signaling so they can get better financing deals. Good for them. Continue. What are the chances that the same people that crashed the US in 2000 were running Evergrande? Could be. Who knows? They might have gone to China. McDonald's is planning to give its iconic Happy Meal toys a major makeover as big companies push to make their operations more environmentally friendly in the face of climate change. On Tuesday, the Golden Arches announced it plans to make every toy around the world more sustainable by 2025. In order to do so, McDonald's is working closely with its supply chain to use renewable, recycled, or certified materials. If realized, the fast food giant estimates it will result in a 90% reduction in virgin plastic or new material created from oil instead of being recycled within the next 4 years. At McDonald's locations in the UK and Ireland, Happy Meal toys are already transitioning into more sustainable materials, while in France the switch is already complete. In these countries combined, the company says it has seen a 30% reduction in virgin plastic since 2018. Good job, McDonald's. Jenny McCullough, McDonald's chief sustainability officer, said in a statement that a transition is in line with the next generation of consumers who care deeply about protecting the planet and what we can do to help make our businesses more profitable. Continue. What exactly can consumers expect from the newly updated Happy Meal boxes? The company aims to keep the fun in every Happy Meal toy by working with not only suppliers but families, play experts, and engineers to innovate designs and play experts. So McDonald's, ticker symbol MCD, there you have it.
Hi there, non-binary dad.
Are making toys more sustainable for the Happy Meals.
Oh, hell no!
Whatever happened to the good old-fashioned toys? That's paper? Man. So they're using paper. Man. McDonald's. So all paper toys. Well, if that's what they want to do. Yeah, what happened to save the trees and use plastic? Now they're not saving the trees. My favorite McDonald's toy? I can't remember. I'm sure I have it somewhere in Germany. I've got like a bunch of them there. What was your favorite, Brennan? Transformers. Some nostalgia right there. I don't think we had those in Germany. They literally had that in the Happy Meals? Wow. That's a lot of plastic. Voltron was Michael McLean's favorite. Sandra has sold a lot of McDonald's toys on eBay. I saw a video on somebody who had like a whole collection of them. It was worth however many thousands of dollars. I don't know how you're going to do that now when they're made out of paper. McDonald's is literally trash. Food to toys. We already know the ice cream machine is down. Yes. But I guarantee you it'll make the old toys more valuable now that they're making out of paper and other sustainable materials. All right, next. Power Rangers for Charles. Oh yeah, Power Rangers. I had a couple of those. Apple just released its new iOS 15 update for iPhones. Here's what's new. I went through this list. Some of it is a little scary. Continue. Apple released iOS 15, its big annual iPhone software update on Monday. This year's version has some big changes, including the ability to FaceTime to make calls to Windows and Android users, which is... that's pretty interesting. Artificial intelligence that can better identify animals, plants, and other items in photos, and a feature that better controls limits on notifications. Which I think that's interesting, the artificial intelligence that can identify animals, because there's been times where I've been on like a hike or whatever and I come across a snake, and then I have to go all the way back to the beginning where it has that little sign up from the Pennsylvania Gaming Commission that has like all the snakes that are in the area, and I'll have to try and identify it. But if my iPhone can do that for me, then I don't have to wait. I can identify it right then and there. See whether or not I have to kill it. Continue. While Apple pushes out updates on a regular basis throughout the year, the annual update that it released alongside the new iPhone has its most additional features and changes. So what's new? FaceTime that includes Windows and Android users. So you can FaceTime the Windows and Android users. They should make it where you can use Message, like the Apple Message with Android. That would be great, because I might have to switch. Continue. What else? New Messages integration. Some people get lots of different links in Apple Messages, formerly iMessage, throughout the day, but don't have time to check them until later. Now Messages will share that information with other apps. For example, if someone sends a link to Apple News story, it'll show up in the Apple News app section called Shared With You. That's pretty interesting. It works really well. Did you beta test it, Nick? Okay. AI that can tell what's in a photo, including text. We already went over that. Continue. More control of notifications during off hours. For a few years, iPhone users have had a mode called Do Not Disturb that limited notifications except from a list of close contacts. These features have received a big upgrade in iOS 15 that Apple calls Focus. The main feature shows only notifications from people and apps that you've pre-approved. So that's pretty good. Apple Maps reminder. So basically what I did is just change the Do Not Disturb button to Focus. Man, they're really innovating. Continue. Eric never beta tests. He always alpha tests. Nice. New Safari redesign. Better system search. Continue. What else? Privacy protection. Apple has emphasized privacy, but in iOS 15 it's starting to become the feature worth upgrading for. One new feature is called App Privacy Report. It will show you how often an app accessed your microphone or location. Ooh, that's interesting. Over the last 7 days. It'll also tell users if apps are phoning home to their own servers, which is normal but can highlight certain uses of data that have previously been overlooked. People who pay for iCloud will also get iCloud Privacy Relay, a beta feature that is similar, or if you're Eric, an alpha feature that is similar to a VPN and hides IP addresses, which can give away your location. People who use Apple's Mail app can also provide random burner email addresses and hide tracking pixels that tell marketers whether an email has been opened or not. This is interesting too, because that might cause some stocks for some of those companies to experience losses. Some of those marketing companies. I know that they were coming out against that. Faster Siri. So there you have it. iOS 15 coming out. When's that coming out again? Today? Tomorrow? It's out already. I wouldn't upgrade just yet. I would wait at least 2 or 3 weeks before I update. All right, next. What is that? Oh, Apple Maps. You can watch movies with friends over FaceTime. Wow. Interesting. Why don't you just go to their house and watch it with them? The volatility index spikes on Evergrande fears. Here's how to play it. Let's actually, let's go over that video did you get that video from Evergrande? Let's play that before we go into this. We'll come back to it. Okay. Coinbase drops crypto lending program plans after SEC warning. So this is where the Coinbase CEO and SEC got into a little bit of war of words there a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago or so. But Coinbase ended up dropping their lending program. Let's see the article. Coinbase announced in a blog post the company is not launching its crypto lending product. The product was intended to pay users interest for lending out their tokens. According to Coinbase, it would have let users earn 4% by lending their tokens. Our goal is to create great products for our customers and to advance our mission to increase economic freedom in the world. As we continue our work to seek regulatory clarity for the crypto industry as a whole, we've made the difficult decision not to launch. Continue. The Securities and Exchange Commission has threatened to sue the firm if it plans to launch the program. The SEC has said lend would violate long-standing securities regulations, pointing to U.S. Supreme Court cases as precedent. Coinbase said in its blog, "We had hundreds of thousands of customers from across the country sign up, and we want to thank you all for your interest. We will not stop looking for ways to bring innovatively trusted programs and products to our customers." This development comes after SEC Chairman Gary Gensler told the Senate the SEC intends to carry out greater regulatory scrutiny of stablecoins and the majority of the tokens listed on cryptocurrency exchanges, which are securities. Continue. The volatility index spikes on Evergrande fears. Here's how to play it.
Evergrande plunged by as much as 7% on Tuesday. That's after it tumbled 10% the previous day. It has two repayment deadlines looming ahead, one this Thursday. Investors fear the giant could default on its mountain of debt and spark a failure through China's property sector and everything exposed to it, first the banks, then the broader market. Evergrande has $305 billion in liabilities, equivalent to 2% of China's GDP. The pressure to sell was high in Asia. The Hang Seng Index was at its lowest point in 11 months in morning trade. Japan's Nikkei fell nearly 2%, returning from a Monday holiday. A S&P report on Monday said there was a slim chance of Beijing bailing out the firm. S&P Global Ratings believed Beijing would only be compelled to step in if there was a far-reaching contagion causing major developers to fail and posing systemic risks to the economy. And that Evergrande failing alone would unlikely result in such a scenario. Evergrande's chairman, Hui Ga-yan, tried to downplay its debt crunch though. In a letter to staff on Tuesday, coinciding with China's Mid-Autumn Festival, he said the firm will walk out of its darkest moment and deliver property projects as pledged. Investors in Evergrande, however, remained on edge. The Chinese government has been largely quiet about Evergrande on the public holiday. There was no mention of the firm's troubles in major state media.
So there's just a little bit of an explanation about what's going on with Evergrande, and that the Chinese government said that they wouldn't be bailing them out. But we'll see what happens there. We'll definitely keep our eye on it, because that might be a cause for the market going down again, something like that. So we always want to be ready and make sure that we're ready to jump in and make some money. It doesn't matter whether the market is going up or down. Doug thinks that they will get bailed out. Why do you think that, Doug? TRQ seller hold. I'll have to look into TRQ. Yeah, I think that eventually, if it does ripple out to more of the Chinese market and then starts affecting other countries, they might get bailed out by the government or bought out or whatever. The government might just take them over. Let's go over the stocks for today. That is true. The CCP won't bail out the CCP. Depends on how much the executives are willing to pay. Just a little bit of money, to processing fees. I guess that's what they call it in the... everywhere else in the world they call it bribes. In the West they call it processing fees. Medium risk, INDY. So we talked about India yesterday and the potential for it to become the fifth largest... fifth largest market for equities. INDY. India shares 50 ETF. This is an ETF of the 50 largest Indian companies that are publicly traded. So you're diversified over a number of industries in India. If you're looking for some exposure to Indian markets, this might be a good bet. It's a little bit more on the risky side, but the fund still has a 3-star Morningstar rating and a buy rating from multiple analysts. Make sure you do your own research on it and see if you might be interested in this one. India has been seeing major growth and has faster growth rate than China does. India, in my opinion, could become an even bigger player. With the current crackdown on Chinese companies, investment might start flowing from China to India and other places like Vietnam. High risk, RWLK. Let's see where it's trading at this morning. This one I came across this morning when I opened up my TD Ameritrade app. and I saw that it was trending because it had been taking off. It's now trading at $1.73. So this is called Rewalk Robotics. Very interesting company. It's based in Israel, and it's developing exoskeleton technology for people who can't walk, people who've had strokes, things like that. They're trading below book value and have had revenue growth, even though they're still in the R&D phase. So because of this, the company has negative cash flow. But take a look at it. See if it's a company you might want to invest in. It's high risk, but at that price point, it's almost worth it to throw a couple dollars in and see what happens. So that's RWLK, Rewalk Robotics. And it's up 33% today. This is something that a company that I'm going to keep my eye on for sure. I might actually throw a couple bucks in it. Developing exoskeleton technology. So this might not have just like medical applications, but it might also have military applications. So RWLK for high risk. I got 2 more high risks for you. Yep, super soldiers coming. It could have some, definitely have some military applications. High risk SPXL. SPXL. Yesterday we went over the SPXS. So SPXL is the daily S&P 500 bull 3x shares. So if the S&P 500 goes up 1%, this stock will go up by 3%, or this ETF. It's a 3x leveraged ETF that runs with the S&P 500. So it could be a good play, especially after a good dip in the market. So that's something like SPY SPY. That's just basically the S&P 500. So you can buy that, or buy some, some calls on it or something after a day that you had yesterday. Or if there's like a huge drop, the market goes down 900 points. At that point, that might be a good play. SPXL. So that's something that you can keep in your watch list. It's something that you can keep in your arsenal for if the market really goes down and hits a low point where you see that buy volume is picking back up. So SPXL, and then another high risk TNA, which is the daily small cap bull 3x shares. So this is a 3x leveraged ETF that runs with the Russell 2000. So if the Russell 2000 index goes up by 1%, then this will go up by 3%. So that's another one, just like the SPXL, where you can trade the indices, but on a 3x leveraged basis. Just like we went over the bears for yesterday. So these are the bulls that you can use if the stock market is going up, and you can trade options with those. I just wanted give those to you so you have those. So medium INDY, high risk RWLK, high risk SPXL, and high risk TNA. Scott bought Rewalk in February. What were they trading at in February? Oh, wow. I think that Rewalk might actually has potential. I'm going to look more into the company, into the management, things like that, see if there's been any interest from any militaries in those applications as well, because I have seen that they have in the past looked at exoskeletons. RWLK high risk. And then you got SPXL and TNA as well. So those are the stocks to research for today, stocks to look and see if there's anything that you like, that you would like to add to your portfolio. Bought at 371. I think we might see that level at some point again. They had an earnings beat a couple of days ago. That's what they're saying is causing the stock to rise at that level. Awesome. All right, if you would like to invest in Revival today, you can do so by going to revivaltoday.com. And I'm telling you, the returns that I have seen in my personal life from investing in ministries like Revival Today have blown everything I've made in the market out of the water. That's for sure. So if you'd like to invest in Revival Today, you can do so by going to revivaltoday.com and click the Give Now button. Do hashtag donate on Facebook, text RT to 50155, Cash App $RT Give, Venmo at RT Give, revivaltoday.com/PayPal. You can also give cryptocurrencies by scanning that code right there or calling us at 412-446-2332. We also accept checks. You can send those to Revival Today, P.O. Box 7, Prosperity, Pennsylvania, 15329. And then don't forget to claim your offer. We'll give away the shirt today. I'll have some new books coming up here shortly. We'll do the Check the Market shirt. There we have it. So if you'd like that shirt, Check the Market shirt, donate today, an amount of any size, and we will make sure you claim your offer and we'll send that out to you. Check the Market. This weekend, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Evangelist Jonathan's going to be in Harrisburg at Harrisburg First Assembly on 4100 North Progress Avenue in Harrisburg, PA. So if you're anywhere in the vicinity, or even not in the vicinity, they have an airport in Harrisburg. Make sure you make it out for those meetings Friday and Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 10:30 a.m. and then 6 p.m. Make sure you join us at 11 a.m. for our Revival Today live broadcast with Evangelist Jonathan. And then at 4 p.m., live with Maddie Ortiz. Tonight at 10 p.m., check the news. And then tomorrow at 7:30, we'll have morning prayer with Evangelist Kofi. And again at 9:20, I'll be with you with Check the Market. Let's see where things are at right now. Ooh, it looks like we're taking a little bit of a dip here again. Quarter of a percent on the S&P, on the NASDAQ, about 1/3%, and the Dow Jones up 40.44%. So we're still positive on everything. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a great day. Go out there, make some money today. And I will see you all at 9:20 tomorrow morning. See ya.